I was at Brooklyn College when I was young, and I had a very nasal voice. I talked right through my nose, and two college professors told me to talk deeper. So I went from the nasal voice to all the way down here, and they told me that is the voice I should use. I used that voice, and unfortunately I wound up with a hoarse voice, went to see 12 MDs, and one MD told me he thought I was dying of cancer. And I asked him why. He said, I know you have a problem, but I can't find it. I went to the MDs. I ran into a guy by the name of Brodnitz, who told me, go and get a PhD and learn about the voice. I never had a course basically to tell me about the voice. It's a simple instrument. I didn't know how to use it. And I figured out that I was talking too low in the lower throat, and that was causing the SD. None of the MDs realized the condition that I found out to be hopeless was called spasmodic dysphonia. And I raised the pitch of my voice up to the face, having learned that that is the way you talk, and my voice came back, and I never had problems with my voice again. But the medical doctors don't realize that false information can lead to SD. If you're talking in the lower throat, you have a good chance of winding up with SD eventually. I was on the faculty and staff of UCLA Medical Center, head and neck division for 8 years. At the time I was on the medical faculty, I didn't have a single cure of spasmodic dysphonia. One day a young lady in 1968 showed up, and she couldn't talk. She had to talk, strangled voice, hopeless. Nobody reports a cure of this condition. I thanked her for coming in, and I wished her well. I told her what I wanted to do. She came back a week later, and her voice was excellent. She thanked me, hugged me, and I asked her, what did I do? I looked at my chart, and I didn't tell her what she said I told her. I told her to talk lower. She talked higher, and she talked up in the face, away from the lower throat. And that's when I realized that SD is a problem of voice placement. It's amazing how simple the whole concept is of putting the voice up in the face and not in the lower throat. And I have testimonials of many, many cases of patients with SD from the best medical centers in the country that indicate that SD, according to them, is incurable. I'm the only doctor in the world reporting cures of spasmodic dysphonia documented.